Hi, Christian. This is some good work in assignment two. Really like that bottom right set. Just amazing. The bottom left one's nice as well, and I urge you and your classmates to consider using the color sets you've devised for assignment two and future projects, especially when you've got eye-opening ones. Now, assignment three was harder. I think you've done a pretty good job in the left set. However, there's room to push it more. It looks to me like you're using color subtraction on the left, and on the right you are seeking to add violet's complement, which would be green, to the center swatch. Now, on the right set, there's a lot of room for adjustment with value as far as I can see on my monitor here, which is calibrated. So to make the left center swatch look darker, lighten its backdrop, and vice versa with the right side set. Teresa, this is some good work on assignment two. I especially like what you've done with the two sets on the right half. Now, looking at assignment three, well, I'm scratching my head looking at the left set. The backdrops look to be the same, or if not, terribly similar. And you know, the way that we can influence the two swatches to look to be the same is by shifting the backdrop colors. Now, with the right set, I see you're using color subtraction, and it seems to be working okay. The only thing is the left side swatch looks a little light, in which case I think you want to lighten the backdrop. Well, hi, Destiny. Your top left color set in assignment two is looking quite good. Here something went haywire and your image got corrupt. That would be something to try to avoid for future. Now, in assignment three, things are looking pretty good. I think that you need to work on the values a little more with the left set. So bring that burgundy color to the point where it's a very dark shade, nearly black, and I think that should do it. Well, Joseph, you've got some great color sets for assignment two. Wow, look at that bottom right one. It's just gorgeous. I hope you listened to what I said earlier. Save these color sets and employ them in a design of your own devising for future, because who knows, you may be the next Bezels. Now, let's see, with assignment three, well, things are looking pretty good here. But I've got one big problem, which is I can't get an exact color match with the right half of the left set. The center swatch and the one below aren't matching with RGB values. And there's one other little thing I want to mention. In the top right of assignment two, I see an outline around the color swatch. That shouldn't be there, and it might be the fault of the template breaking down. If I were you, I'd go to some trouble to try to prevent that sort of thing from happening for future. Well, hi, Sam. Things look really good in your assignment two. I see a color shift in every one of these sets. Now, for assignment three, well, I can see you're trying to work with color subtraction, but that is not the only trick in our bag of tricks. For example, if you want the center swatch at left on the left side to look more orange, I would suggest a blue background. Orange is a complement of one of the blues, and if you have a backdrop that's the complement of a color you want to add to the swatch, that should help things. Likewise, on the right set, I see you rely on color subtraction, and you have brought the rectangles to the point where they look closer to one another, yet the hue is still distinctly different. So I would like you to explore a little more. This sort of assignment takes time and tinkering. Well, hi, David. In your assignment two, I do see evidence of a color shift in the appearance of the bottom sets. I noticed that you've used several primary or secondary colors, and I would encourage you to explore a little more. Now, with the assignment three, I'm going to try to see what you're doing here. It doesn't make sense to me that you should put the left swatch and the left set on a dark background, because what you want to do is put it on a light background so that the impression is that it's darker. See, so the same thing is happening in the right set. I need you to take a look at these theories once more and be sure that you understand them. Well, hi, Lena. Your assignment 2 looks really good. I'm seeing a color shift in every single one of these in that top left set, and even the top right one, though more subtle, why both of those top ones are especially striking. Now, looking at your assignment 2, well, I agree. In the left set, you brought those colors closer together. What could be done to make them more similar? It seems to me that the one on the right needs to appear to be lighter. So to do that, darken the backdrop more. Now, there's a problem with the right set. I can't get a color match for the right center swatch and the one below it, so it's hard to judge this. Hi, Scott. Assignment 2 looks okay. I'm a big admirer of that top right color set. When I look at the bottom left one, I'm not seeing an awful big shift in appearance between those center swatches, and I'd say the problem is likely that the backdrop value is the same on both sides there. Now, taking a look at your assignment 3, I will grant you brought those center swatch colors to the point where they look more alike, but you can take it farther, and a big issue here is value. So, if you want, for instance, in the left set, the right swatch appear lighter, make its backdrop darker. Well, hi, Chrissy. Your assignment 2 looks quite good. I like that bottom left set. The bottom right one's pretty beautiful as well. Now, looking at assignment 3, I think your left set is so close. Looking at things on my monitor, if the right side backdrop was a little darker in value, I think it'd be perfect. Now, on the right, I'm not sure what you're up to. The way I look at things is you need the right side swatch to look lighter. So that means you want it on a dark backdrop. Also, if you use pink, a tint of magenta here, what you're doing is subtracting pink from the center swatch. And I would think what you want to do on that right side is add it. So I'd have a green backdrop instead. Hi, Andrew. I think you've done a fine job on assignment 2. I like the bottom right set there in particular. With assignment 3, you've done quite well too. I will say that the center swatch colors weren't terribly different from one another. They started out as the same hue, so you didn't have any balancing to do in that regard. I am having a little problem with the left center swatch and the one below it in the right set. I can't get a precise color match. It's close, but it's not exact, and it ought to be exact. Hi, Luana. I like your bottom right solution with assignment 2. In top left, I'm thinking those backdrops are too similar, the yellow and the yellow green. Now, looking at your assignment 3, I think you're a little mixed up here. The way you've set this up, you need to manage value. And to make the light swatch look darker, you want to put it on a very light background, and vice versa with the dark swatch. Wes, what a lovely assignment 2 here. Now, let's take a look at assignment 3. I think your right set's pretty good. The left set, Well, maybe you're trying color subtraction on the left side, getting rid of the yellowishness and that tone or shade of yellow. Or maybe you're trying to add blue. However, it's not really getting the job done, so the next thing I might try is a magenta backdrop, which should add green. Melody, this is excellent work. You really have a knack for this sort of thing. The bottom right set in assignment 2 is just beautiful. And assignment 3 looks very good. However, I still don't feel that the center swatches in the left set look exactly the same, but they do look nearly the same.